Hello team, welcome back. Let's discuss about the Docker Compose YAML file. So we will see how we can create the YAML file, what is the YAML file and how significant the YAML file for the Docker Compose. So let's start with. So Docker Compose YAML file is basically a formatted file for the Docker Compose which describes the solution for containers, that how many containers needs to be run in this particular Docker Compose as a single service. It will also supports the networks. You can define your own network. You can define your network configuration and network setting for the Docker containers. And you can define your volumes, right? So we have discussed about the containers, networks, and volume. Docker Compose YAML file is the combination of the containers, services, networks, and volumes, right? So we will see how we can create the YAML file, and with the help of the YAML file, how we can start the containers as a single service. But before this, first we will discuss about the component level of the Docker YAML file, right? And the first thing about the Docker YAML file is YAML file can be versioned, right? It could be version 1, version 2, and version 3. Today we are using YAML version 3. So in the very first line of your YAML file, you need to define the version of your YAML file, right? Now, YAML file can be used with the Docker Compose command. If you want to execute your Docker Compose YAML file, then you must need to use the Docker Compose command. And default name of the YAML file in the Docker Compose is Docker Compose YAML, right? If you are providing your custom name, then you can execute your Docker Compose file with the command like docker compose-f, then provide your YAML file name. So let's go to the editor and try to understand the component level of the YAML file. So team, over here I have generated a sample YAML file which is template.yaml, and in this particular template file I have defined different labels. So the very first label is about the version, and we need to define the version. The current version of the YAML which is running is version 3, right? And this version is specific to the compose file syntax version, right? Now after the version, we need to define the services tag. Inside this services tag, we need to define the different services, and these are the services which are basically the containers in the production, right? The container name which you want to execute, right? For that container, if you want to specify a particular image, then you can define the image. If you want to execute a particular command inside that particular container, then you can define the command over here. And this command which will specify over here, this could be the shell or anything, and this command basically will replace the command cmd which is present inside the docker file of that container. After then, if you want to define the environment variables for your container, then you can define with the help of the environment tag, and you can define the volumes for your container with the help of the volume tags as well, right? And again you can define your another container, right, and specify the image, commands, volumes, and anything whatever you want. You can also define the volume at a compose level, right? This is optional, and this is a mounted link path of your host machine to the containers. And in the similar way we have discussed about the networks in a docker, you can define the different kind of networks over here. So this is the template of your docker compose file. In the coming lecture, we will see how we can execute the multiple containers with the help of a docker compose file, right? So if you have any question, any doubt, then you can put your question in the question and answer form, right? So thank you team, thanks for your time.